Notoriously, zombies are often placed in films as clever metaphors, symbolizing or suggesting something about human beings. For example, in the original, and by far the best version of Dawn of the Dead, the zombies were so completely consumed by consumerism when they were alive that they were somehow still drawn to the mall, even in death. It was a brilliant piece of social commentary, criticizing our society and leading some to question the meaning of our customs, economic system, etc. There are many interpretations of what zombies represent within cinema. For example, this book cites the following excerpt from Romero's Day of the Dead. The pointlessness of the zombie appetite is made apparent as one captured zombie continues to try to eat despite the fact that its internal organs have been removed, and so the food simply drops down to the floor upon being swallowed. This also applies to the never-ending appetite that humans have for buying things, endless stuff. But wait, what does this have to do with OverLord? Well, remember when we discussed the cinematic use of zombies as a conduit or connection to comment on the human condition? OverLord places two ideas together besides one another: zombies and Nazis. Almost without even needing to pause or think for a moment, we can understand that there is a connection, as we've discussed before, between zombies and Nazis. It's a very simple comparison. On the one hand, the word zombie connotes something that has no true will or purpose of its own. The zombie is guided by something else. It is capable of doing only what it has been programmed to do. Similarly, and we have all been presented with the question, how could the German soldiers have committed these atrocities, etc.? Similarly, the Nazis appear to have had no will of their own on an individual level. They had no true purpose of their own, and they were only capable of doing what they were programmed to do. This has been explored many times before, the connection between Nazis and zombies, most notably in the immensely charming Dead Snow. But wait again, if this is so obvious, then why am I sitting here recording this video? Well, there is another connection within our existing connection between zombies and Nazis, and that is slavery. And I mean slavery in the mental/spiritual meaning of the term, as well as in the trade of human beings that still partakes to this day, but more specifically, the legal institution of human enslavement, primarily of Africans and African Americans, that existed in the United States of America. Let us examine this motif visually. Here we have a scene in which our main character is pursued by a rabid dog in the middle of the night, reminiscent of a runaway slave being chased down by the dogs of his captor. Not convinced? Here are pictures of some torture devices used by slave traders in order to punish slaves that stepped out of line. They are somewhat reminiscent of this room, in which bodies are packed in cocoon-like satchels, and in the same room, the method of torture is employed overtly. And if there was any doubt, early in the film we have this mesmerizing shot of airmen whose parachutes had been caught in the trees. Their bodies appear to be hung like the bodies of African Americans having been lynched. And in this eerie shot, the theme of slavery is unmistakably present visually within this film. We have all heard of strange fruit, something used to allude to the bodies hanging from trees. So, Having established that these three themes, slavery, zombies, and Nazis, live in the film cinematically, let us examine how the three work together narratively in the story as far as character development. Now, this is much more simple. The film is very much initially concerned with exploring the idea of following orders, and in this way it takes on the age-old Nazi questions and the Philip Zimbardo prison studies, etc., etc. From the beginning of the film, we are introduced to a character that has trouble following orders. Boys does not understand or does not remember his mission here in the beginning. He defies his commander by saving the French lady from being raped. And Boys defies the French lady by spying on her grandmother. And most importantly, when the film directly challenges Boys in the most straightforward and clear-cut manner possible, I gave you an order. Here, we and Boys are confronted with all three themes at once.